from the girl them look on me, them tell me them love me. Welcome people, welcome back to a Daily Gaffer. Today I will be looking at Arsenal's potential new striker signings because I've been hearing a lot of Ivan Toney talk, and I just want to give you guys my thoughts on all of that. But before I continue, welcome back to the Daily Gaffer. I'm your boy Wrong and Strong. Well, no, formerly Wrong and Strong. Now I'm the Dragon Lord because Gareth Southgate took my mantle, my title of Wrong and Strong. So now I'm just the Dragon Lord. For those of you that are enjoying the Daily Gaffers and that discovered Armchair through the Daily Gaffer, this is not our bread and butter. Our bread and butter is our weekly podcast, which is out every Monday on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe and make sure you turn on your bell notifications so you do not miss a thing, because we have a weekly pod and daily content. Oh, and subscribe because we have to fight Al Gore and his terrible rhythms that are trying to kill us and don't want us to do good and succeed and all that other stuff. Today's video is hopefully going to be quite short because I watched back my previous Daily Gaffer and there's a lot of needless talk, so let's get straight to it. People, seeing a lot of Ivan Toney links to Arsenal, and I don't like it. They seem very concrete, as if those in the know. And me personally, I was of the belief that where Arsenal are now in their evolution doesn't leave any place for an Ivan Toney in the team. He's not old, but he's not young either. Is he better than Gabriel Jesus? So last season, Ivan Toney, I think, had 33 Premier League appearances, not sure about starts, and Gabriel Jesus had 26, so 33 to 26, and he scored 9 goals more than Gabriel Jesus. However, he only scored 3 more non-penalty goals. So in those 9 extra appearances, 26 to 3, bad math, 7 extra appearances, he managed only 3 more non-penalty goals. Bearing in mind, Jesus was out injured for a long time. So is he better than Gabriel Jesus? Some people will say yeah. I would say no, but let's just indulge it and say he is better than Gabriel Jesus. How much better? They're saying apparently he's going to cost Arsenal £80 million. Is it worth? He's the English player, so his wages are going to be quite high. We're looking at, if you ask me, in the 150 range. Would it not be worth perhaps Arsenal spending a bit more money and offering similar wages to somebody else? Now, when I say somebody else, the way I see it, if Arsenal are going to push the ball out and try and get a difference maker, because that's where they are now. They're at the stage where they need difference makers. Why not go all the way? Why not go for God's own son? Not Jesus, no. Victor Osimhen, who for me is the premier number 9 in world football at the moment. His stock is high because Napoli are the reigning Serie A champions. But it's not going to go much higher than it is now. I don't think Napoli are going to do that great in the league or the Champions League this season. So his stock isn't going to go any higher, even if it doesn't fall massively. So if you ask me, if Arsenal are serious, that's the level of player they go for. But let's wheel it back a bit and look at Ivan Toney's contemporaries, players like Ivan Toney. And the name that springs to mind for me would be Ollie Watkins. Different kind of player to Ivan Toney, but I feel like his style of play, his physicality, his pace, his willingness to run will just add a lot more chaos to Arsenal's attack. If they're hell bent on replacing Gabriel Jesus, by the way, people, I like Jesus. I know he's not very clinical and he does miss a lot of chances. Case in point, the chance on the weekend against Tottenham where he nicked the ball from James Maddison and decided that he didn't want to score. No, I'm just gonna kick it up and high. I know he's not clinical, but I'm willing to accept a lack of clinicality, a lack of clinicalness. I'm willing to accept a lack of clinicality for the chaos that he brings, and the way he is quite fluid in his play. He does drop deep every now and again. Quite intelligent, very good on the ball, very physical. I'm willing to accept the lack of goals for that because I believe that is what allowed players like Saka and Odegaard and Martinelli to score so many goals last season. And his goal return wasn't bad for someone who missed, I think, a third of the season due to a serious knee injury. But like I said, if we're going to keep it closer to home, would I prefer an Ollie Watkins to an Ivan Toney? I'm trying to be honest here with myself and not just say things for the hell of having things said. I feel like Ollie Watkins would work well with Martinelli and Trossard and Saka. Not so much Saka. I mean, yeah, Saka, but Trossard, Martinelli and Watkins, I can just see it working really well. Whereas I can see Ivan Toney. Guys, my point is that I'm not convinced that Toney is the one for Arsenal. I don't know if these murmurings are based on anything really substantial. Okay, what I can say, I can't say who I want to come in, but what I can say is that I want Eduardo Nketiah to go. I want him gone. He scored crucial goals for us. Yes, this is true. But I feel like he suffers from the same shortcomings that Jesus suffers from, i.e. a lack of clinicalness. However, the trade-off isn't good enough for me to accept that. He is very fast, quite physical, but there isn't enough quality there for me to say, alright, cool, you're not a prolific goal scorer. However, all this other stuff you do lets me overlook the lack of high volume of goals. You don't have that, Eduardo Nketiah. So for me, regardless of who comes in, I mean, I would take an Ivan Toney if it meant Nketiah leaving. Would I keep Nketiah and let Jesus go and get Ivan Toney? The answer is no. The answer is no. I feel like Nketiah has shown his limitations. I don't see him giving us any much more than this. I feel as if we had Arsenal's ideal lineup, the strongest possible lineup, so that's whoever in goal, for me it doesn't matter, Ramsdale, Ben White, Zinchenko, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Partey, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, and Nketiah down the middle. I don't feel like he improves much. I don't feel like it's the case where having better players around, having the strongest team, means you're going to get more from Nketiah. And I feel like his presence holds the team back to some degree. So I need him gone. I did have a list, people, of strikers Arsenal could target as alternatives to Ivan Toney, but the list is on my phone, and of course I record these daily gaffers on my phone. So yes, just you didn't really think this one through, did you? I do recall having the name Dusan Vlahovic on the list before his move to Juve. I had him, it was my one to watch. Had him under the microscope, really keeping an eye on him, and I thought he was the chosen one he hit the ground running at Juve and then decided, no, I'm going to stop running and just walk. But this season seems to have started the right way. So perhaps there were things going on behind the scenes that we weren't privy to that were stifling his progress at Juve. He was one that I thought of. I do recall as well 2 years ago or so, Jonathan David's name was ringing bells, and now I'm not hearing it so much. I haven't been watching the Uber Eats Liga, so I don't know what he's keeping up with right now. Another name, I've got WhatsApp on this. Forgot all about that. Here we go. Forgot all about this. Where's my list? Oh, that was it. That was my list. I had five people. Guys, maybe there's someone that I'm forgetting. That's the one. I feel like there's one striker right now who I'd be willing to accept at Arsenal if Jesus had to go, which again I don't want him gone, but if he had to go and Nketiah was also going, I believe that Evan Ferguson is the man to fill that void. People say he's too young, he's not ready. I feel like I've seen enough of him at Brighton to entrust him to lead the line at Arsenal for the foreseeable future. I've seen enough. It's like when I first saw Wayne Rooney play, I didn't need to see anything more than that goal he scored against Arsenal to know that this is a man ready, made. So Evan Ferguson for me. You know what's crazy? I'm going to say it. Bearing in mind I don't script these Daily Gaffers people, I will take Evan Ferguson over Victor Osimhen because the money will be less. I'm not saying that he's better. What I will say is that Arsenal don't cross the ball, and I saw Victor Osimhen really thriving with balls into the box. The only time Arsenal cross the ball is on set pieces, but hardly ever in play. I mean lofted crosses, no cutbacks or balls along the ground. Guys, Osimhen is good, but I'm gonna go for young Evan Ferguson. And he said Victor Ferguson. Evan Ferguson is the player for me. Long and short, guys, I don't buy the Ivan Toney rumours, and I like Ivan Toney as a player and as a person. I don't know him, but what I can perceive from his character. But for my club, it'll be a no. Simple as that. Simple as that, people. So Ivan Toney, it's a no for me. Eddie Nketiah is also a no for me. Gabriel Jesus, it's a yes for me. And Evan Ferguson, it's a big yes for me. If Arsenal wants to sign anybody, sign Evan Ferguson. I don't see Arsenal spending £80 million on Ivan Toney now, or in January as they're saying, and then going in the summer. Because I feel like the striking position is the one Arsenal need to tackle, if any. No, I don't think so actually. I think it's the right wing. I've been saying for a long time, people, we need competition for Saka. Saka needs to just have someone breathing down his neck. I remember what happened to Hector Bellerin when he got into the first team and Debussy was trying to get his spot back, and Bellerin was pushed on and on and on. And the moment Bellerin was made the number 1 right back and given the number 2 shirt, all went downhill. So competition is very important, people. Competition is very important. That's that. One last thing I want to say before I go. There was a comment from somebody with regards to our podcast saying that Scorcher is showing the holes in his football knowledge. Something along those lines. But and there's a phrase I don't like when people say, oh, you don't know ball or you do know ball. And the thing is, there's more than one way to skin a cat, okay? So just because someone says something you don't necessarily agree with or that you don't understand, it doesn't mean that they don't know ball. You can, everyone sees the game differently, based on their experience, either who they supported, how often they watch football, if they've played football, what they like in football. So, I think that term "you don't know ball" is kind of like, it doesn't really take into account people's perception of football and their preferences as well. So let's just be a bit more thoughtful, people, when we're saying things. Let's not just say things just to have them said. Okay? I'm done. It's late. No, it's not. It's not that late. It's night time. 11:07. Gonna edit this in, have it ready for you guys in the morning. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.